It has truly been embarrassingly long since I last actually put effort into putting listings into my shop. Now, in April was one of my best months I've ever had since opening up my shop last year, and I feel like that's kind of given me a little kicker that I need to put in some work. Now, I have been busy. Life has lifed like it has for all of us, but it is definitely time to put in the work because what I'm realizing now is that despite last month being my best month and March being a pretty good month before it as well, I'm noticing that all of my sales are coming from listings that I listed between March and May last year. Yeah, all of my sales are coming from my listings from a year ago, which does make sense because I haven't really listed as frequently as I was back then. The most listings I've had in my shop was 86, and that was back in May of 2025. Of course, it has dwindled down since then because I have my listings set to manual renewal and I will not renew them unless they actually sell, or I think that they might sell if I give it another shot. But because of that, I only have like 17 listings in my shop. I know, yikes. But to think the amount of revenue and profit I'm getting with the amount of listings I have, I'm proud of myself. But I could be doing better, and I know I could be doing better. So today I'm taking you along with me. So come with me. We are going to be together having a little design time because we both need to get on it. I know it's not just me. You need to get on it too. You need to be designing more. And I know life gets busy. My baby is sleeping right there. It is 11:33 p.m. But we got to use the time that we have, okay? Let's do it. And to all my moms out there, I'm wearing my Tired Mom Club shirt that I designed by myself and printed for myself because I'm definitely a tired mom, especially now. Like I said, it is 11:30 in the night and I'm recording this video for you guys, but also for myself because I need to design, but I needed to show it off. And I've got this on because even if you're a mom like me or you're a student like me, we still got to put time into our Etsy shop if we want to get our little side hustle going. So I've got my Tired Mom Club shirt on and we are ready to get designing. Okay guys, I've now moved on over to the computer and I've opened up Kittl. Not only because they're one of the best design platforms out there, but also because we are going to be creating our designs here on Kittl today, and they are the kind sponsor of today's video. If you have not seen it before, Kittl is a web browser design platform that I've been using to create my design for a very long time now. It makes the whole process so much straightforward, and it's so nice to have everything in one place. They have all these different fonts and graphics and even templates to work from. So whether you want to start from scratch and use the graphics and the AI image generators that they have, or you want to build off of a template and really make it your own, Kittl gives you both options, so you have a very good base to start from. And one thing that I love is that you can kind of do everything within Kittl itself. So you can take your text and do that wavy text that you see everywhere, or really just drag it and style it however you want. You can use a template and really change it around to match whatever niche or design you're trying to do. And you can even preview your designs on mockups within Kittl itself without needing to go between different platforms to see how it would look on different colors and different product types. So for what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do what I do best, which is making baby shower signs. I'm going to make one completely from scratch, and the second one we're going to build off of a template. So whichever you prefer, you can kind of get an idea of both and how I would do both. If you guys are loving what you're seeing so far with Kittl, remember you can use the link in the description to sign up, and you can use code TiannaYT to get 25% off any of their plans. So make sure you use that link and save yourself some money, people. Okay, so I went and I started by doing a little bit of inspo digging. I went around, looked for inspiration, and I found some things that I'm going to pull from to create a design. Now, I've already decided that the niche or like the theme of the baby shower I want to target is ahoy, it's a boy, so like a nautical kind of like boats and stuff theme. Now, already boy baby shower signs are so much more in demand, or the demand is so much more stronger because less people are creating a boy baby shower signs. So I've decided to follow this theme, this ahoy, it's a boy. Now, as you can see, I have my inspo board over here. As you can see, none of these are related to ahoy, it's a boy, but that is the point. I want to be able to create my design and make sure I'm not copying anyone, but kind of use what's working and kind of use ideas that I see elsewhere. So I have a couple ideas running through my head from what I see here. Over here, I would love maybe over here where the sun is, I can add one of those lifeguard ring things. So let's take a look to see if we can find one that kind of matches what I'm looking for. Okay, so I thought it'd be better for me to use the generator to figure out exactly what I'm looking for. I do want to follow kind of like the watercolor theme that I'm seeing here in this bow over here, which I know is just doing really well all over, especially in baby showers. So I want to use that theme. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, which is built in right here into Kindle just on the side, and I'm going to ask it to give me a prompt to use to kind of create what I'm looking for. Okay, so I asked Chat to give me a prompt that I can use, and I'm going to go ahead and use this prompt and see what it comes up with. We'll see if we need to adjust anything afterwards. So I'm going to go to my, as we can close this, I'm going to go to my artboard over here, and I'm going to hit AI image board, and I'm just going to place the prompt here. I'm going to use Nano Banana 2, which is what I use most of the time, and we're going to go ahead and generate. Okay, so what it gave us back is very elaborate. Now I actually only want the buoy itself, so I'm gonna ask it just to remove everything except for the buoy. But even if we pause for a second, guys, this could be really cute on baby shower poster. Like, it's already so cute. But for what I'm trying to do, I just want the buoy alone. Okay, so now we got this. I'm going to just upscale it really quickly. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the background. Okay, so now I have the graphic alone. Let's bring it back to our main artboard over here. Actually, one more thing that I actually want to do with this graphic is I want it to have like the rope wrapping around it. So I'm going to add that. Let's hit generate. Okay, so it went ahead and did that. Let's also upscale this as well as remove the background, and we can see what we can do with this. But for now, I'm going to take this, I'm going to size it down. I'm going to bring it right here. Maybe if we do something like this, let's keep it straight again. Let's have it fill out the bottom area. Okay, so I'm thinking, what if we had something that said something like, here it says, oh baby, what if we have text that says, ahoy, it's a boy. So let's get the text open. We can go over here to text. Let's just add headline right now. And it's going to say, oh, oops, ahoy. And we'll do a separate one that says, it's a boy. But so far we are going to get the kind of like text at the top here from this, and just kind of like the half element of having the sun in this one by having this at the bottom. We'll figure out how we're going to do our wording, but let's try to get things placed. But it's going to be something like this where it's slanted, and let's get a text selected. So let's figure out what text I want to do. It's definitely going to be something cursive. Ooh, I'm actually kind of liking this one a little bit. So one thing I'm noticing is that the background of this is green, and I think it really makes it pop. So I was wondering if we can make ours blue to match the theme. Let's see if we can grab a shade from one of the lighter blue shades from here, maybe over here. But also, if I'm going to do white text, I want the white text to be able to show up. So let's change the text to white for now. We want to match our text as well. If we want to do it this way, we're definitely going to need to use a darker color blue. So let's play with darker colors. Make this text bigger. It's going to say, ahoy, it's a boy. Let's make this all lowercase. Ahoy, it's a boy. Let's just arrange our text here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click one of these, hold shift, and then select the other one. And I'm going to group these together just so that when I'm moving them, we're resizing them, they're resizing as a unit and moving as a unit. But we've got ahoy, it's a boy. I think this is a good size for this down here, so we can keep that there. And let's figure out if there's anything else we want to add. So we need to add text. These are all invitations, I believe, so they have a lot of information that we don't need. But we're going to add a new text box. So let's add a headline here. And it's going to say, it can just say the name. So Sarah's baby shower, or we can have welcome to Sarah's baby shower. Since there's less room because I made the text here so big, we can just start with the name and then do baby shower for now. Let's make this wide so all of our text can fit. And then we are also going to be curving it around. We're just going to do like a curve like this, We're going to work on it a little bit more. It's going to maybe look more like this as well, like more of a circle. But before we really get into that, I do want to just figure out the font. We don't know how the font's going to fit. So we're going to keep it like that for now. Maybe we'll change it to white just so we're getting the vibe of what it's going to look like. But we do want to go in and figure out what font we want to use. Let's look at the sans serifs only. This is one I go to a lot. Of course, it's all I've already favorited. I just went up here and searched it by sans serif. You can have a lot of different things you want to filter it by if you have a different idea, or you know the idea of the text you want to go with. Maybe this. Rachel's baby shower. I think the arching on it is already perfect, so we don't even need to mess with that. But let's see what else we can do with this sign. I feel like maybe if we can add some fishies swimming around, but if we add fishes, they're going to be blue. And now I'm thinking maybe it's better if we have the back be white and then the text be blue. Let's try it again. Let's duplicate this. And because I don't want to go back and erase everything, if anything, I'm just going to change, or I'm going to duplicate it and then change it this way. So if we make the background white, we got to change our text here too to be blue. This way we could add, maybe we can actually make this text a little bit darker and specific, something in here like that. And maybe we can make this text darker now too. Okay. Maybe we can add some fishes. So we do have some fishes over here. So maybe if I take this and we're going to upscale it, I'm going to do this so that I can get it as an image. Let's move that up. So I did remove the buoy and keep only starfish and fish. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's bring this down here. Okay, I've got this, and this is actually all I need. So I'm just going to upscale it, and then I'm going to remove the background, and I'm kind of going to just erase around each of these graphics just so I can use them across this image. So let's grab this. Let's make sure we remove the background. We can do that over here. Okay, there we go. And now we can use some of these around our image. So let's just duplicate this. And let's take this top one only. And we're going to go down here and we're going to hit erase. So let's start with this one at the bottom. It's using some extra bits and pieces, so we're just going to go and crop it. Get rid of those extra bits and pieces. We really just want to make sure we get everything that's close to it around. If anything, we can crop the rest out after. But we've got this here. So let's put a little starfish here. Now I'm getting a little bit, I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about this text, but again, we can come back to it once we add all of our little fishies. I'll go and I'll duplicate this one so that we can add up here too. Maybe make it smaller, tilt it the other way. But let's go back over here and I'm going to do this just a bunch more times. Okay guys, and just like I said I might have ended up doing, I did it. I went ahead and I changed the actual font that I was using there. So here we've got this sign here. We can separate it. We've got our final design. Ahoy, it's a boy. We kind of took different aspects from different designs. So we kind of got the text at the top idea from here, the idea of having like half of kind of a graphic from showing from here, and then just some color ideas from here. But we've got that. Ahoy, it's a boy, Rachel's baby shower. Maybe I could spend more time looking for a different font for down here. But like I said, guys, I could really be looking forever. I will always look and spend so much time. Maybe this one's a little better. It's a little bit softer and rounder. Maybe we can do that like a medium bold. Yeah, that one looks a bit better. So we've got Ahoy, it's a boy, our first baby shower sign completely created from scratch. You guys have seen me do it. You guys can see how simple it really is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make one starting from a template. Go on their template section right here on the left side. You can see all their templates. Now if you're seeing all these videos, this is a new feature they have. If you guys haven't heard of it, I made a video on it. They are doing mock-ups that are actual videos. So you can take your design and you can put on a mock-up, which you could always do with Kittl for a very long time now. But now you can also get it put onto a mock-up in a video. So the video actually moves and it looks super real, and it honestly looks so real. It looks so real. So Again, if you want to see the video, you can check that video out where you can make this. But otherwise, we're going to pick a starting point. Wedding welcome signs. I've got that here. Let's see if we can find some. So we got this one right here. That's a welcome sign. A lot of these are just sitting arrangements, like seating arrangements for when you get to a wedding. We've got another one here, but this seems like to be like an invitation, which I also love looking at invitations when I'm doing my research. Here we've got another one here. This one kind of has like almost like paint splashes in the background, which I've done a design like that before, and it was literally my very first sale on Etsy. So that's kind of like a little homage to my beginning. And we got this over here, which I kind of see a lot of things like this with like the art. So maybe we can build something off of that. Maybe let's look at invitations and see what we see. Kind of looking at this one a little bit. Ooh, this one's so nice. I love like just kind of like the painting watercolor style of that, and how the text is really, I love the text they use. Sometimes, guys, I will just go and look at templates just for really good layouts of like the way the text is. I kind of like here, like I love the layout of this, or even just like certain fonts that maybe I haven't used before. Like the font used for sweet is so nice, and finding fonts that match together. I'll use templates just for that alone, and it's really, really helpful. I think we're actually going to go ahead and use this template here. So let me go ahead and use this template. Okay, so I've pasted this here in my regular artboard. I'm going to resize it to be 18 by 24, which is what my other one was. And we've got that here. We've got, let's just grab the elements and just make it a little bit bigger to match the new sizing of our artboard here, and just center that enough. Again, and let's see what we can do with this. Like I said, guys, this is not even remotely in the niche of baby showers, but we're going to kind of switch things around. So maybe if I have, this can say ahoy and this could say it's a boy, maybe. Okay, let's delete this because we won't need that. And we've got this, and let's make this bigger. Oh, I really love this font. It's like so soft. It almost looks like handwritten a little bit. It's not like perfect. Okay, so we've got ahoy. Line that up in the middle, line this up in the middle as well. Ahoy, it's a boy. Okay, we've got that so far. Now let's continue to work with what we've got. So we've got this beautiful image here. Maybe we can kind of use this and the colors of it to turn it into a boat. So let's hit remix. Let's see what it comes up. So let's say turn this into a sailboat using the same style. So we're literally going to take this graphic and remix it into something completely different to match our niche and see what it comes up with. And in the meantime, let's adjust the bottom. So earlier I said sometimes I do Rachel's baby shower and sometimes I add welcome to Rachel's baby shower. Maybe we can do that this time. So we can do welcome to, and we've got a beautiful S. So let's use an S name. Sarah's. And then at the bottom, we gotta move this out of the way for a little bit. Baby shower. Let's extend this so it can fit. Okay, perfect. Align that in the middle. If you guys want to do any of your alignments, you can do it over here. So make sure whatever you have is selected, and you can go like this and center it. And then we've got this. I'll make it a bit smaller, even though I do like it really big. And we're not going to need this information on the bottom, so we can actually just delete it and rearrange our settings based off of that. Okay, we've got this so far, but I do want this to be a graphic. So turn this into a sailboat using the same style. I'll turn this into a sailboat graphic style. The image should be a view from the side with no background. The boat graphic alone. Okay, let's leave that to generate. Oops, I pressed on it twice. It's generating too. Okay, back to this. So we can delete this because we're kind of trying to figure out something else that we want to do there anyways, but we've got this down here. We've got the welcome to. Let's align that as well. Okay, let's see what it's come up with. It's come up with more, guys, but it's not really showing the whole boat. So maybe if I can, this one kind of matches it more. So I'll remix this one and I'll say, okay, let's do one with that. Let's do one with Nano Banana 4K. Let's try both of them. I think we can officially delete the original because I do not think we'll be using it anymore. Oops. I meant to just take that off and then we can delete the original. I've also noticed that this background is a little bit of an off-white color, which is actually nice because again, it kind of switches things up from what you normally see, which is the white background. That is what I was trying with this, but it just worked out otherwise. But this one is nice to have the off-white background. So whenever our images is finally generated, this one I used Nano Banana 2 and this one I used Nano Banana 4K to 4K, I believe. So wait for that one as well. But we're going to take this, do what we always do. Every time I do an image, I upscale it first. So that makes it really high quality. So we're going to do that first. Okay, and then now I'm going to remove the background. So I click on here, go to the side, remove background. Okay, now we've got that here. Now we've got to figure out how we're going to arrange this all. Okay, so this is already looking good already, but I do kind of want to tie the kind of watercolor elements that are on the bottom here, like with more of the image, so that it's not too plain. So I'm going to go over here to illustrations and I'm going to search like watercolor, like splatter, watercolor splatter, and we're going to see if we can kind of get some splatters in there, like something like this. Even let's get this, scrap this for now, but just some splatters and splashes just to fill out the background with just a little bit with the colors from the boat, because the colors from the boat are so nice. If you guys can't see how helpful Kittle is, please let me know. I need to explain it to you because this makes everything so much smoother and makes the idea of designing way less daunting. I just had to stop and say that if you guys are new to designing or you're scared to design or you get too overwhelmed with designing, please start with Kittle. Please start with their templates. So these are the two options we came up with here. Okay, and I just went ahead and put both of these on mockups. To do that, you just hit your listing images and hit mockup, and then you can search through their whole mockup gallery. They have so many different mockups, so for shirts, for signs, for literally anything you can think of. But I just went ahead and put them on these mockups just to guys give you an idea of what this looks like after we created it. Again, this is the one I created completely from scratch with you guys. It looks so cute. I actually love it so much more than I thought I would. And then we've got this one over here, which is a completely different style, but the exact same theme. So people maybe that are looking into this niche, they can kind of get whether they want something a little more cutesy or they want something a little more artistic. They have both those options there. And this one was built off of a template, which it no longer looks anything like. If you want a refresher, here it is. This is what this completely started out as, and we've completely changed it and transformed it to look like this, but keeping the same kind of style and vibe to it. So we've got both of those there. But yes, guys, Kittle has made such a huge difference in my designing process and has made things so much easier, as you guys have been able to see today. Whether it's from scratch or whether it's from a template, you have so many options with Kittle. If you guys want to try out Kittle, the link is at the top of the description, okay? And you can also use code TIANNAYT to save yourself some money. Get 25% off any of their plans. If designing is holding you back, please don't let it be the end all be all. Get Kittle on your side. Now, was that so hard? Was that so hard, friends? No, it wasn't. We should be doing that more. We should be doing that more because we want our shops to be doing better. So let's commit together to do it. Please comment. I commit to making new designs. If you also commit to making new designs this year, this 2026, we're halfway through Q2. We need to keep building our shops out before Q3 and Q4. So let's do it together. Thank you guys for staying and watching till the end. And if you guys are struggling to get your first 100 sales, I did make a video, which I can tag up here, of 5 things that I strongly believed helped me get my first 100 sales. So you can watch that here. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Bye, people.